Artificial intelligence is fundamentally transforming how power flows, decisions are made, and influence is distributed inside organizations. AI is rewiring the very infrastructure of organizational thinking and reshaping who holds authority in the modern workplace. This program is brought to you by the Series of Thoughts team as part of their AI Foundation series. AI becomes the new cognitive infrastructure, shifting organizations from human-paced thinking to machine-paced thinking. This compresses the cycles of reflection and debate, optimizing workflows for speed rather than depth. This transformation reshapes how organizations process information and make critical decisions. The shift moves from the traditional reflective model through a hybrid phase to an AI-driven model. This final stage is machine-paced and optimized for velocity and throughput. This change is more than a technological upgrade. It fundamentally rewires how organizations think and generate insights. Power is now moving towards AI literacy. Employees who understand and can leverage AI systems gain disproportionate influence. This knowledge acts as capital, much like literacy in a pre-literate world. Early adopters who master these tools create significant power gaps and new centers of influence. AI literacy is the new form of organizational capital. AI-literate teams demonstrate a 3.2x performance multiplier, and early adopters report a 67% gain in influence. Furthermore, 89% of leaders cite AI fluency as critical for strategic impact and future success. Decision-making centralizes around AI-enhanced roles, creating new gatekeepers. Leaders rely heavily on AI-generated insights to guide strategy. This accelerates decision cycles, compressing timelines and reducing the number of stakeholders involved, thereby concentrating power among AI-fluent executives. The compression of decision cycles is profound. Information gathering, analysis, and recommendation now happen instantly, leading to rapid execution. This fundamentally changes organizational power dynamics, replacing traditional consensus building with rapid, AI-informed decision-making by a smaller group of leaders. AI both flattens some hierarchies and deepens others. Frontline workers experience a democratization of execution, gaining capabilities that previously required senior expertise. However, strategic power consolidates among AI-fluent leaders who design systems, interpret outputs, and set organizational direction. This creates a widening gap between AI haves and AI have-nots. Those with access and literacy pull ahead. The paradox is that AI democratizes certain work, but concentrates power at strategic levels. Organizations must navigate this tension to prevent a technological class divide. AI also reduces the need for traditional middle management. Functions like coordination, reporting, information flow, and oversight are increasingly automated by AI systems. Managers whose careers centered on these gatekeeping roles risk obsolescence and loss of influence. Power is shifting dramatically toward judgment and creativity, capabilities I cannot easily replicate. The new manager is a strategic thinker and cultural leader, operating less as an information bottleneck. Those who adapt to this reality will thrive. I can make organizational thinking more reactive by generating instant outputs and prioritizing speed. This eliminates the reflective layer where strategy traditionally forms. Organizations sacrifice strategic depth for operational velocity, changing whose voice gets heard in decision-making. The organizational shift emphasizes execution over contemplation. Data shows organizations prioritize velocity, leading to a reduction in time for strategic contemplation and an increase in reactive decisions. Those who operate at machine speed accumulate influence. AI creates tensions between adopters, leading to a cultural power struggle. Maximalists push for rapid adoption, while rebels resist change, creating internal friction. These divisions reflect fundamental disagreements about organizational identity and the future of work. The adoption spectrum ranges from maximalists and pragmatists to skeptics and rebels. Leaders must manage these psychological and cultural transitions, not just the technical implementations. AI adoption becomes a power struggle that determines organizational culture and future direction. AI shifts trust dynamics inside organizations. The quote, trust challenge arises when employees question opaque AI decisions. Transparency and the ability to explain complex systems become new sources of power and leadership authority, requiring strong translation skills. Successful AI adoption relies on the explainability imperative, building trust through understanding. Leaders who can bridge technical and human domains by demystifying AI processes gain disproportionate influence. Conversely, deploying AI without explanation erodes trust and authority. AI is changing what expertise means. AI dominates analytical tasks, while human expertise evolves toward judgment, ethics, context, and narrative construction. The new elite are those who combine deep domain knowledge with AI fluency. This hybrid is the Centaur leader, part human wisdom, part machine-augmented capability. These leaders collaborate with AI, leveraging its analytical power while applying uniquely human judgment. This model represents the future of organizational leadership. AI creates a new organizational divide. Builders, the engineers and architects, gain structural power by controlling the infrastructure. Users gain tactical power through skillful leverage of AI tools. Roles without clear AI integration face a risk of marginalization. This stratification based on technological fluency creates a new class system within companies, independent of traditional job titles. Organizations must actively manage this divide to maintain cohesion and prevent the emergence of rigid technological barriers. The key mechanisms through which AI reshapes organizational power vary in impact, but all contribute to a fundamental transformation of how organizations operate and who holds influence. Cognitive acceleration, where speed becomes strategy, is the foundational shift. When thinking cycles are compressed, decision-making and power structures change. Leaders relying on AI insights often sideline traditional team deliberation. The skill-based power shift creates a great divide. AI fluency is the new differentiator. Early adopters rapidly accumulate influence. AI competence becomes a prerequisite for strategic involvement, accelerating the divergence between AI fluent and AI illiterate employees. Hierarchy reshaping is paradoxical. AI flattens middle management layers while concentrating power at strategic levels. Frontline workers gain capability, but strategic authority centralizes. This dual movement requires fundamental structural adjustments. In trust dynamics, explainability is currency. When a system makes a recommendation, employee doubt is overcome when leaders effectively explain the logic. This continuous cycle of explanation builds trust and enables deeper AI integration. Cultural tension becomes the adoption battlefield. Uneven AI adoption creates friction over work processes and values, reflecting disagreements about organizational identity. Leaders must use psychological insight to navigate conflicts between maximalists and rebels. Decision centralization means fewer people at the table. AI enables faster decision-making with fewer participants, as leaders rely heavily on AI-generated insights. This concentrates power among those who interpret and control the information pipelines. Leaders must democratize AI literacy to prevent class divides and prioritize transparency to build trust. It is also crucial to balance speed and depth, preserving space for strategic contemplation, resisting the temptation to optimize purely for velocity. Managing the transition requires strong cultural leadership that acknowledges diverse comfort levels and addresses legitimate employee concerns. Structural adaptation is needed to rethink hierarchies, redesign workflows, and create new career pathways that value AI fluency. The path forward involves building inclusive AI organizations. This includes assessing the current state, designing accessible learning pathways, implementing tools gradually with support, monitoring the impact on power dynamics, and continuously adjusting based on feedback. Critical success factors include visible leadership commitment and universal access to AI tools and training. Organizations must foster psychological safety for experimentation and recognize that AI adoption requires continuous evolution, not just a one-time change. Measuring success in the AI era requires new metrics that balance technical adoption with human factors. These include trust, cultural cohesion, and the capability for high-quality strategic thinking. The reshaping of organizational power by AI is inevitable, but the outcome is within leadership control. Organizations that successfully navigate this will be those that actively shape these changes by democratizing literacy and prioritizing human judgment. In summary, power flows to AI literacy, hierarchies transform, and trust requires transparency. Ultimately, cultural management determines success. Organizations that recognize AI fundamentally reshapes power and take deliberate action will thrive.